Hey there, folks. Foggy here. Welcome to day 210 of my year of solo board gaming, considered by many to be ill-advised and stupid. Much like venturing into the wastelands of Chernobyl and expecting to find something useful out there. So we are going to start yet another game of this, and this time we're going to do it a little bit more from scratch. I've got all the survivors out. We're just simply not going to use the scientist again. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to shuffle up these radio rumor cards. And in the solo game, after you deal out the rumor cards, you're going to deal out 5 of them, and that sort of basically is a advancing the gun, as it were. We're not going to look too closely at them. I think I figured out why I was getting... Nope, I did not figure out why I was getting flicker. Okay, so we're still going to have flicker. Sorry, folks. Next up, we're going to take one card from each of here. We're going to shuffle these up. I thought if I switched around which camera had which. I think what's happening is like it's something's touching or something. There's like electrical interference or something. Not sure entirely what. All right, so let's see which one's going to go where. Okay, up here we're going to have the emissions observatory, which is I think what ended up there before. We're going to end up with the botanical lab, which is exactly what ended up with there before. So really, it's just going to come down to which one's going to be government bunker and underground archive, and I'm pretty sure those are exactly. So even though we tried to do a random sort, we ended up exactly where they were supposed to be. So let's get these set. Botanical lab, that'll go on top. We're then going to take some of these lock tokens that you'll see here. We're just going to shuffle them around. Sort of move them around. I have no idea which one's which. Ooh, who knows what's going to come up on each one. Down here we've got discard 1 yellow mutant and lower your morality by 1. Discard 500 and 1 yellow artifact. Take 6 damage. And discard 1 green or yellow artifact and 1 monster trophy of any color. The rest of these are just going to go off to the side. Next, we've got our secrets. So we'll go ahead, get off the secrets thing. They include miniatures in with this, so you could theoretically paint them. I would be stunned if there's anybody out there who's actually gone through the process of painting their miniatures for ZONA. I mean, maybe there is. Maybe there's somebody who's really just been looking forward to it and has done it. But they're nice miniatures. They're okay. They kind of remind me of this War Is Mine, which is another ridiculously long game, also set in a war-torn area. All right, there we go. Those are all the secret items. You put 2 out, and that's what you go with. We're then going to shuffle up the artifacts. Give a quick shuffle to these. And we'll shuffle up the yellow artifacts. All right. Then we're going to set out the junk and the equipment. And I think because I deal with the monsters a little bit more than I deal with the junk, I'm going to move the junk up to here. And the monsters a little bit closer. So let's see, what nice things do we have? We got some chocolate, and we got some tarpaulin gloves, and some nuts and bolts, and a makeshift mask. Now, see, that seems to me more like junk. I think I was still surprised that I got a rifle in the previous game. Like, that doesn't seem to be like junk. Somebody is seriously, not that I worship guns or anything like that, but let's face it, it's not junk. All right, so this is now shuffled. We've got a repair kit, a sniper rifle, a Giroy Fortnite something or other, and a semi-automatic pistol. All right, so let's close that. We'll take a look at the phone here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our characters. So pretty much as before I sort of randomly selected one. Let's do it like this. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alexa, pick a random number from 1 through 9.
Here's a number between 1 and 9. It's 1.
Okay, well, that doesn't really feel that random, but I got the Misfit. Alexa, pick a random number between 1 and 8.
This might answer your question. Here's a number between 1 and 8. It's 2.
All right, so that's going to be this dude. All right, so the others will all go to the side. We've got a loner and a misfit. Now, the misfit has really good willpower, really lousy noting things. The loner is just pretty much even all the way throughout. And loner is basically like you just get to ignore the encounter. You just spend 2 fatigue, just ignore it, goes away. Once during your turn, you can force a fist test without raising fatigue. So this is basically a fighter this time around. And there's nothing really to the loner that's interesting. So we're going to go with the weird guy, the weird looking guy who is, it's not him. Yeah, there we go. That's him. The loner, however, we're going to use this to help us find where the additional monsters will be. So on the back of each of these things are some indications of where to put various monsters. And with the Misfit, you're going to put one on White Lake. And it looks like it's going to be a regular yellow Misfit. Then you're going to put a green anomaly on the farms. And in addition, you're also going to put, thanks to the loner here, you're going to put another one on the factory and a green anomaly on the barracks. So just yellow monsters, just green anomalies, nothing else. We got one on the farms, one on the barracks. All right. We're going to start with evil, because, you know, that's the truism of life, that if you look ugly, you must be evil. It's not my message, it's the game's. So we're going to start with that over here. We're going to put this lovely little thing and flip it over. He's going to start in the quarry, which is over here. And he is not going to start with any damage, but he will start with 300 rubles. Which is a little bit more than some of the others. Go ahead and put that on there. So basically he's Frankenstein's monster and he's come out to fight. There. And there's a specific set of cards that go along with this particular character. So let's pull those out. The rest will go over here. So the we've got a smuggler GPS. Discard at the wetlands to gain 3 junk items. So not that far from the oh no, the wetlands is all the way over here. Never mind. Nuts and bolts. Scream, which basically allows you to lower your neurality even more. It looks like almost an artifact, like the way that it's designed. It looks more like an artifact than anything else. You do have an oxygen tank, which will help out. So these will go all in there. All right. And the nuts and bolts can go here, I think. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start looking at the various things. I kind of want to go to Misty Hill and go ahead and get that artifact, but I'll need to claim a monster first. So I'm going to head off to over here, which means I'm going to take 1 damage right away. I'm just going to take 1 physical damage just right off the bat. And we're going to encounter Benevolence here. Benevolence requires a 5. Oh my lord. I basically need to roll all of these as pluses. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, there's nothing I can do about this. Oh, that is brutal. I'm going to force a test on this. Holy moly, I did it. I did it. All right, so now we're going to fight this thing. We get a 3, and we only need a 2 to beat it. So we beat it. And I could have forced an additional test if I wanted to without raising fatigue. But I've got my little monster here, which is awesome. And that's one of the 2 things that I need to get to the next stage. So we're going to hold on to that. And then that was 1. And so then as our second, we're going to move to Misty Hill. And Misty Hill, so we can move, but we can't do the location thing yet. The next turn we'll do the location thing. We're going to go ahead and just grab this. We don't have Misty Hill as a location on here, so it'll be other location. There are hundreds of bats, deformed by radiation, hanging from the ceiling. You try to sneak out of this lair unnoticed, and it's a fight of 4. So this might actually work out for us. We'll see. All right, so unfortunately that is pretty bad. We need to actually get a plus. And I don't really have any way to do that. I don't have any weapons. I don't have anything that will allow me to ignore that. I suppose I can test. I don't know if Misfit actually gets 2 tests, 2 forcing, since one is without raising fatigue. I'm assuming that that's not the case. So I'm essentially just going to take a bunch more damage, I think. According to this little lovely thing, the black swarm awakens with a cacophony of terrible wails, razor-sharp wings, slash you across the face and arms, 2 damage. And unfortunately, they're not preventable damage. The oxygen tank allows you to prevent radiation damage, but I'm stuck taking nasty, nasty damage. So that's 1, 2, 3. Taking damage kind of quick here. I'm a little worried about that. All right, then we draw our rumor card. The rumor is going to be lower 1 migration for the missions, and it's anomaly migration. Concerning anomalies, you can't be sure of anything, especially that they'll stay in one place. Move each anomaly token to an adjacent location of the same color, and additionally, if there are 3 or more, then we choose 2 different green or yellow locations and place a anomaly on both. So there's only 2 anomalies. We'll move 1 to the frontier because that's the only place it can really go. We'll move another 1 to the wetlands. Since the yellows don't really have enough anomalies, we'll move 1 to Chernobyl and 1 to Red Forest. So we got the phlegm and we got caltrop. All right. So that's that. And now we're going to go and we're going to take 1 more damage because we are just a glutton for punishment. And then we're going to test wisdom. And the idea here is that I really want to get an artifact so I can get into the emissions observatory. So it's a plus and a minus, and my normal wisdom is 3. So I took the 1 damage and I gain 1 artifact. And so I'll gain 1 of these. It's Ice Shard, heal 1 weakness. That might seem familiar from before. As my second action, I'm going to go ahead and unlock this. Discard 1 artifact and 1 monster trophy. So we'll discard the monster trophy. We'll just put it right up here. We'll discard the artifact. We'll go ahead and put that underneath face up. And as soon as we unlock that, I believe we go straight in. I'm just going to check that real quick. So yeah, after opening the secret location, move your figure into one of the free spaces at the secret location. Additionally, you may examine the secret items deck and keep 1 of the cards. So this is a little bit different than what I thought, and that was, I have to wonder if I'm able to actually get both of them. Like once you discover the secret there. But we'll go ahead and follow the instructions. We'll take 1. It's a mutated embryos. and CNS stimulant. And one of these is sellable at the research station, which is kind of all the way over here, which is a little bit out of the way, to say the least. The other is a CNS stimulant, which really just simply provides some plus to two areas that I'm really kind of weak on. I'm actually going to go ahead and take it. I'm going to go ahead and put that in one of my little, just right there. Put the other one back. So that was 2 actions, and now we go to the events phase. All right, emissions observatory. It's probably a good thing I grabbed that plus then. Empty syringes and dirty bandages litter the bloody metal table. With disgust, you look through the waste and check the drawers, trying to find valuable notes. This is going to be a test of 4 on eyesight. So I might have to use both the CNS stimulant and the nuts and bolts. The CNS stimulant will add an eyeball, and the nuts and bolts will erase a... Oh, actually, that's only good for anomalies. So I just have the plus. I need to get... All right, that'll do it. I got the plus. Can ignore the negative, and I can use the CNS stimulant to go ahead and grab this thing. You uncover a secret. Look at the secret items deck at the emissions observatory and take 1 card. Well, now we've got only 1 card there. All of the laboratory equipment starts to float and spin. A cacophony of sounds comes from behind the veil of reality. You've had enough. 2 damage. Return to the entrance location of the emissions observatory. So now we got a problem. So now we're back here, and now I'm going to take 2 damage. But this means that I'm actually going to get a weakness. This will be the first time I actually have a weakness in this game. And I'm going to go ahead and take it on willpower. So that's a little irritating. And then that's it for the event. We're going to lower this down by 1. Translocation. The anomalies have never moved so fast. Move 1 anomaly token anywhere to a green, yellow, or red location if there are any scavengers at that location. Choose 1. That scavenger must immediately gain 2 fatigue or resolve the encounter. And then if the anomaly is not defeated, leave it at the location. We're going to go ahead and just face this anomaly. We're going to go ahead and let's grab the spoiler over here. We'll move it to our location. We have to encounter it. It's going to be a 2, which is our baseline. So we succeeded, and now we will encounter it. And fortunately, it's a 1-on-1, which allows us to succeed. Instead of gaining 1 artifact, gain 1 junk item. So we'll gain a junk item. And it's a Geiger counter. Essentially, it'll allow us to reroll 1 die showing a triangle. For that, we can just put that there. All right, next turn. I need to get to one of these other locations and basically knock it out. Now, I could take 6 damage if I walk into the other one, which seems nasty. But I feel like my character is just... He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He just wants to hurt. He hurts and he wants to hurt. But also I kind of want to get to the research station and sell this freaking thing. Because that's worth a lot of money. So I'm going to go 2 spaces this way. I'm going to go 1 and 2. Which does mean that I do take some damage when I cross there. I'm going to take 1 damage. He's the bizarre misfit that's just hurting left and right. And he's going to face the Kikimora. The Kikimora, if your light is greater than 2, it's not. The confrontation test difficulty is 2, which means that essentially it's easier if you're smarter, but unfortunately I'm not smarter. So I have to get a 4. This is going to be bad. This is going to be really bad. This was a stupid idea. So plus and my 2, that was a success, unbelievably. I now test fight. I got a much better fight than I do. So it's a -1. I can force a retest without getting fatigue. All right, that unfortunately does not succeed. I don't have anything else to really help here. So unfortunately, I'm going to take the damage, which is 1 damage plus 3 fatigue. So that's going to push me all the way up to 5, and I'm pretty much at max fatigue. And that doesn't go anywhere. But we are going to get to enjoy an event. And we are currently at White Lake. You meet a science expedition. They ask you about some interesting anomaly. You may discard one anomaly from the board. Ooh, what do I want to do here? I think I want to get rid of this phlegm. You know, I kind of was the strange anomaly. Not sure how you didn't notice it. All right, and this is going to go down 2, which means we're going to have to get to a research station. All clear. It's odd no one is guarding this place. Quit yapping and help me with this valve. Choose one open secret location without scavengers. Close that location. If none can be chosen, open one secret location and discard all its secret items. So we can close this. We've had that one before. All right. So I got to get over here. We're going to do this. We're going to sell the muted embryos for 900. And we're going to use almost all of that to heal ourselves. So we can discard 800 to heal a weakness. We still managed to make $100 off that. We can go ahead and sell some stuff, and I feel like... So what I want is to be able to get into one of these 2 places. For one of them, I have to discard 500 and a yellow artifact. I think I'm just going to rest as my other location. Came here, did the location thing, so I can't rest. All right, so camping. We get to camp for the night, which means we're going to decrease our fatigue by 3. Basically, you base it on your willpower, so that goes from 5 to 2. I can then heal damage if I want to. I can sell items. I can sell mutant trophies, and I can buy an item from the marketplace. I'm not sure if there's anything I really want to get rid of here. The oxygen tank, I feel like, has just been completely useless to me. What I need is something to help me fight, because I don't have anything to help me fight right now. I think I want that sniper rifle, but I still also have to sell some other stuff to make up for it. Yeah, the sniper rifle's 700. We're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and sell the nuts and bolts. I don't think we're going to get over to the smuggler GPS in time, so we're going to sell that as well. So that is going to be 400. And what I'm going to do is just trade this in for 5. All right. So then that's it. We don't do an event because we're at a camping location, and we're going to just draw one of these. So it's enough to set off the emissions. The emissions happen. We're going to have some new things come out. All of the existing ones come off the board. So the Kikimora is gone. The caltrops are gone. The toaster's gone. And then we're going to add a monster at the farms. We're going to add a monster at the barracks. We're going to add a monster at the junkyard. All monsters this time around. We're going to add anomalies at Misty Hill. At the Proving Grounds, which is all the way up there, and then the factory, which is up there. All right. Put this up here, and this up here. And we also reset the marketplace. I'm just going to clear these. If I need to do the marketplace, I will do the marketplace. I am finding that I do not need to ever do the marketplace in this game. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and start my next turn. I am going to go 1. And it looks like I cannot go straight into Chernobyl. I'm going to have to go around. So 2. Red Forest. You fall into a huge sticky web. You try to get yourself free, but you end up more tangled. I'm going to have to test willpower. Which right now for me is a 3. And that is success. You calm down and manage to cut your way out. After you get free, you decide to lurk around the creature's nest. And I succeed. I am lucking out on the vision one. You find a mutant corpse wrapped in a web cocoon. Draw 1 yellow monster token and keep it as a trophy. All right, so we got the wolf pack here. That is going to be worth 500 should we decide to trade it in at some point. Open cages. Place 2 yellow monster tokens on any entrance locations. We're going to put one there, and we're going to put one there, because we're going to avoid having to deal with these nasty beasts. Because we don't need to. All right. Oh, and this should come down one. Chernobyl, and then I will discard 500 and a yellow artifact, which will be my Scream. And that will unlock. So I get to choose one of these. Deserter Dog Tag. Power Plant Blueprints. Holy cow, we are so holding on to the Power Plant Blueprints. Basically, you can discard those from here to get straight into the sarcophagus. You don't have to do any of this testing stuff over here. So we're definitely going to hold on to those. All right, so now we do the test, the event. You venture into the bunker's kitchen. Most of the pots are empty, but one holds a gruesome secret. Meat. Human meat. Take 1 damage. You find a pantry nearby, but it's locked from the inside. Light bulbs. Light bulb, I'm going to need a 3, and unfortunately I've only got a 1, and I've got nothing to help me with that. So yay. So I got a plus. I can force this as a test. And unfortunately that does not do it. You break a lockpick trying to get in. As you're trying to figure out another way, you hear a pot lid smash to the ground. A bubbling mush of human remains is coming your way. So 2 more damage. And then I think, according to this, because I failed that, I do not get to keep this as a secret. I'm just going to test this out, check this out real quick. Bear with me. Yeah, we stay at the current location. So this will go under here, and we'll just keep it face up so that we know. So that's a fail. We're going to draw this. Red sky, blood red clouds coming from this power plant smokestacks. Ilya, Ilyushka, friend of mine, the fairy tale is over, move your ass. Advance the emissions track marker by 0, 1, or 2. If the marker reaches the final space on the track, resolve them. I'm not sure why. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to advance anything there. All right, so we're going to go to the next turn. I'm going to rest twice, and basically that'll lower me down to 1. We're now going to draw an event. Okay, government bunker. You see rows of people hanging from the ceiling. A cable extends from the base of each one's skull all the way to the center of the room. As you're trying to figure out the reason behind this, a guard enters this room and notices you. You need to shoot them before they can reach the alarm. So first, we fight. Wow, that was bad. Okay. So I think even if I fight, I'm not going to be able to succeed. I can force 1 test without raising fatigue, but I don't think I can do it a second time. So the soldier slumps to the ground, leaving a wet trail of blood on the wall. It's too late. The alarm is blaring and a strong psychoactive field erupts. 2 damage. So once again, I'm going to take some damage and get a weakness. I'm going to do the willpower again. But you continue on with the adventure. You assess the purpose of this room. Lightning. Light bulbs. Not lightning. Why do I keep saying lightning? There's a separate icon in lightning for this. Wow, that's really bad. Okay, so I fail completely. You cut the cables, hoping to wake up the hanging people so you can get some information. Unfortunately, your actions result in creating a strong psychoactive field. 2, you must escape before more guards appear. So I'm going to take 2 damage. Really getting hard here. And move the emission marker to the final space of the track. Resolve the possible emission only during the rumor phase. Yay! And then fail the adventure. Fortunately, I do not have to leave. So I can stay here. But yeah, we're gonna have a fun little time here. All of these come off the board. I thought I was doing really well at the start of this, by the way. We're going to resolve emissions. So what we're going to get is Quarry is going to get a monster. Farms are going to get an anomaly. Wetlands gets a monster. White Lake gets a monster. No, an anomaly. Misty Hill gets a monster. Oh, you should be coming off. You guys should all be coming off too. The hell? Let's see. Factory gets an anomaly. White Lake gets an anomaly. All right, there we go. Dangerous trails. First the blockades, then pat-downs, and now this. What are we going to do, comrade? God knows. Only God knows. Choose one shortcut, and basically it's now much more difficult to get through there. This gets reset. We'll do that one. It doesn't really matter. Microphone spinning around. All right. So once again, I mean, there's not much else I can do. Just wait to do another one of these tests. The stench in this room is unbearable. As you wonder what could possibly be the source of such rancid odor, the realization overwhelms you with terror. You stumbled into a meter lair. In a meter lair. It's spelled meter like M-E-A-T-E-R, which is just bizarre. The parasites jut out of the eye sockets and crack skulls of corpses they animated. So this one I have a chance on because I can re-roll. I need a 3, and I've got 2, unfortunately, because I gave myself a weakness on that, which was stupid. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. That is a complete fail. One of the creatures jumps on you, its slimy limbs burrowing deep into your skin, looking for your eye sockets. Panicking, you spray the room with bullets. Sitting in a corner, trembling, you slowly manage to tear the parasite off of you. The creature's miniature hooks tear at your flesh, covering you in blood, and it's going to be 3 more damage. Like, this is just nasty. This is really just nasty. Just a lot of damage that I'm taking here. All right, so we're going to put this in the bottom, and we're going to try again. Let's go for another one of these. Premature emissions. Immediately resolve the emission. Oh, boy. Immediately resolve the emission. The emission deals 3 damage regardless of the sector. Ignore the damage scheme on the emission card. Restart the emission track. Place new threat tokens and new items on the marketplace board as with a standard emission. So, you know what? Let's just keep the... We're going to simplify this. We're just going to keep the monsters where they are. I'm just going to come back here, and we're going to test again. You rush into the control room. The bandits are chasing you. If you can get to the metal bulkhead behind you, closed. And we're going to roll. And I need to get a +1 here. The mistake I made was really just not having any sort of protection or boosters. All right, that succeeds. You react immediately, avoiding the bullets. The door starts to close, but raiders jam it with a crowbar. They're going to get through. And I succeed. You turn on the security guards. Flamethrowers ignite the area, cooking the bandits until they scream fade away. You steal discs with entrance codes to the inner part of the sarcophagus. You uncover a secret, look at the secret items deck and the government bunker, and take 1 card. The control rooms, basically this is an artifact that will allow me to improve willpower once per turn. You sneak into an air duct, hoping any remaining bandits will take a while to notice your escape. And we're going to test again. This time we have to actually get 1 higher. And we fail. It is a plus, or it is a... I can re-roll, so I'm going to once. Hopefully this will do it. There we go. Did it. You managed to stealthily escape through the duct, relocate to the entrance location of the government bunker. If you fail to uncover the secret, discard this event card. So this is going to go down here. We're going to go back here, and now we're going to get some more radiation, fun radiation. All right, unapproachable frontiers. This is going to come down by 1. Grotesque creatures from the frontiers of ZONA are multiplying. Only a lunatic would go that way. We're going to have to place one of these monsters at Moscow Eye. We're going to have to place an anomaly over at Pripyat. Then place a monster token at Chernobyl, Red Forest, or the Proving Grounds. And we'll go Red Forest on this one. All right. So I could do one of two things here. I could head back to the research station, basically to heal some damage, heal a weakness, do all sorts of fun stuff. I'm going to have to pass this brainstorm, which will probably mess me up a little bit. Or I could just say, screw it, we're going to go straight through the Whisperer and just deal with that. And I think that's what we're going to do. Because this has been 36 minutes. We're going to end this game in 45 minutes. We're going to go into the Moscow Eye. All right. Mind control. Test your willpower instead of your fist during the confrontation test. First, we have to get 3 eyes. We failed. So we're going to take 3 damage, which means another weakness. We may as well take the weakness in our eyeballs. Just a reminder, if you get 4 weaknesses, you are dead. And now we have to fight. We will test fight. We have a 2. We need a 4, but we do have the Deserter's Dog tag that will add +1. All right, so that's even. We're going to force a reroll. And yeah, that's unfortunately a failure. So 3 more damage. All right, to get in, we're gonna have to take 2 damage. Again, we're just soaking up damage left and right. We're going to encounter a yellow anomaly. Aberrant influence. Each time you fail a test during this encounter, you get 2 fatigue back. All right, we're gonna need 3 eyeballs, and we've only got 1. So that's a fail. So that's gonna be a lot of damage. So we'll put this one on the light bulb, which gives us a 0 there. And then we're going to fight. Oh, yeah, we might as well just go ahead and just admit that it's a failure. Right there. We do get to put one of those damages on the Geiger counter. All right. So that's a fail. But we have resolved 2 secrets, so we will go ahead, turn those in, and head into the sarcophagus because we also have the power plant blueprints, and resolve one of these lovely things. You've been looking for a way into the power plant's lower level. So far, you've been unsuccessful. 1 fatigue. Oh, we should just be at 2 right now because we actually got some bonuses from that. We're going to have to test 3. Which means, unless these are all pluses, which they're not, you're out of luck. You wander through a radiation room for an hour, only to end up at the entrance. 2 more damage. Just a reminder, 3 more damage and I'm done. So we could continue on with this game. However, I think at this point, we're going to try one more sarcophagus and then call it. You're walking down a long, empty corridor. The only sound is the overwhelming silence and the clicking of your rad meter. The smell of death is in the air. Well, that's going to use up the Geiger counter. And then we get to either eyeball 4, which means we have to get 3 here. Yeah, it's unsuccessful, but we can reroll. We did it. Your flashlight reveals tripwire hanging everywhere. The whole corridor is booby-trapped. Choose fight 1 or light bulb 4. Fight 4 or light bulb 4. We're going to go fight. We're going to re-roll this. We did it. We succeeded. You leave the booby-trapped corridor behind, turn this card upside down, and read on. You find some scratched-up suitcases, a lousy reward for the hell you went through. In anger, you kick one of them. The locks release, the lids rip open and hits the wall. Electronics in the suitcase come to life. A green screen lights up with the message, "You're here. I've been waiting. Your device, RA15115S, is ready for use." You take a deep breath and relinquish your mind to darkness. One of the worst technologies of the Cold War has found its maniac. You win. You always win. And that is Zona. Folks, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. I can find the light bulb. If I can find the switch. There we go. There we go.